In this series, we're building a retirement planning web app from scratch using Google Apps Script web app. We will build a professional-looking, real fintech product within a couple of hours with completely free tools. Most retirement calculators feel cold, outdated, and overwhelming. They usually throw users into giant spreadsheets or long financial forms that don't feel very approachable. So in this project, we're building something different. Instead of creating another static, generic checklist, we're designing a guided retirement planning experience using Google Apps Script, Google Sheets, and a multi-step web app interface that feels much more like a real fintech product. The goal here isn't just to calculate numbers. We want to create a smoother experience that helps users move step by step through important financial decisions without feeling overwhelmed. And the best part is that we're building this entirely with tools that are free, flexible, and surprisingly powerful. By the end of this series, we'll have a working retirement planning web app with a structured backend, dynamic calculations, and a polished user flow that you can customize for client onboarding, lead generation, financial education, or your own business projects. Before we start building, let's quickly look at how this project is organized. This web app has three main parts working together. First, we have the front end. This is the part users actually see and interact with. It includes the retirement wizard, input forms, buttons, and progress steps. Second, we have the Google Apps Script project. This works like the brain of the application. It handles the logic behind the scenes, paints, that means creates, the user interface, runs calculations, and connects everything together. And third, we will deploy this web app, meaning sharing it with the world. Instead of using expensive software or complicated servers, we can present the Retirement Planning Wizard fintech tool with the world. Keeping these parts separate makes the project much easier to manage later. The front end handles the user experience, AppScript handles the logic, and AppScript project deployment handles the technical task of serving the app over the internet. This structure also makes the app easier to improve as we add more features throughout the series, like retirement projections, reports, charts, and personalized recommendations. Now let's set up our development environment and get everything ready to build the app. We'll be using Google Apps Script, which is a cloud-based coding platform built directly into Google Workspace. One of the best things about it is that you don't need to install complicated software or set up a local server to get started. Everything runs right inside your browser. To begin, please type script.google.com in your browser. This project will entirely stay in your Google account, under your ownership. This is where we'll build the app. This window is called the App Script Editor. This editor is where we'll write the code for our web app. At first, the interface might look simple, but it's actually very powerful. On the left side, we have the Project Files panel. This is where we can organize different parts of the app, like front-end files, back-end logic, styles, and helper functions. In the middle is the main code editor. This is where we'll write JavaScript code to control how the app works behind the scenes. At the top, we can run functions, test features, and deploy the project as a live web app later in the series. One thing I really like about Google Apps Script is how fast it is to prototype ideas. We can connect spreadsheets, forms, calculations, emails, and web apps together without needing a large development setup. Before we move forward, let's also give this project a clean structure from the beginning. Keeping files organized early makes the app much easier to maintain as we continue adding more features throughout the series. Let's look at the top left corner. See that big button that says New Project? Clicking that instantly opens up a brand new code editor where you can start writing your automation magic. Right below it, you have your main navigation tabs: Starred Projects for your favorites, My Projects for everything you've built, and Shared with Me for team collaborations. Now, take a look at the left-hand side under the Files section. See that little plus sign? Clicking that is how you add new files to your project, and you have two main choices: a script file or an HTML file. So what's the difference? A script file ends in .gs, which literally stands for Google Script. This is where the heavy-duty coding happens. It's the behind-the-scenes brain that calculates data, talks to your Google Sheets, and sends automated emails. An HTML file, on the other hand, is all about looks. This is what you use to design pretty user interfaces, like custom pop-up menus, sidebars, or interactive forms that users can actually see and click on. To keep your project smooth and easy to manage, you don't want to jam all your work into one giant file. Instead, you split them up. You might have one .gs file just for sending emails, another .gs file for organizing data, and an HTML file for your visual layout. Keeping them separated means if something breaks, you know exactly which file to look in to fix it. It keeps your code clean, organized, and totally stress-free. Every website is made of two main things: HTML and CSS. HTML is the skeleton. When you see tags like div, a box, or p, a paragraph, think of them as blank gray Lego blocks. CSS is the paint. It tells the computer what color, size, and shape those blocks should be. Usually, painting a website means writing hundreds of lines in a completely separate file, but we used a shortcut. Deploy your web app. Now we deploy our project. First, save the files. To save it, click the Save icon, floppy disk, at the top of the editor. Now, on upper right corner, there is a blue-colored Deploy button. Click the Deploy button on the top right, choose New Deployment. Click the gear icon next to Select Type and choose Web App. Set Execute As to Me and Who Has Access to Anyone. Click Deploy, authorize permissions if prompted, and click the web app URL to open your live dashboard interface shell. Once you have successfully deployed this shell and confirmed you can see the initializing message on your screen, and now you've built your first successful professional web app, Part 1. Awesome! Now your core dashboard shell is up and running. In next lesson, we will build the engine that segments your financial planning clients.